interrupt our regularly scheduled programming to bring you this local Pueblo sports broadcast. This is Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo, 1350. Let's head courtside and join the voice of the pack, Jim Brooks.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rapid City, South Dakota. We're on the campus of South Dakota Mines University here in the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota for tonight's Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference doubleheader. The women get set to do battle here in about 15 minutes from now. The men will go to the court at 7:30 tonight. Expect a good battle in each one of these ball games as the Thunderwolves hit the road for the first time in a month. They were home the majority of September. The last road game was when they were at New Mexico Highlands back on the 6th of December. That was a successful night for both clubs. They won both those ball games. Of course, you know the story about the women. Ranked 9th in the country. They lead the RMAC. They are 7-0, 13-0 overall, and hope to make it another win here tonight against the team that nipped them last year at home. This is the team that probably cost them, well, as you'll hear Jim Turgeon in a little bit on the pregame interview, this is the team that cost them the regular season conference title, in his opinion. They came into Pueblo and got out of town with a victory. Of course, Thunderwolves ended up one game out of the regular season conference title. One game behind Colorado School of Mines. So I'd like to avenge that here tonight, but I'm sure in their minds they're not even thinking about last year. They're thinking about, let's just keep our streak going this year. Of course, the little side battle here tonight is the Battle of the Roars. As you have, of course, Csu-Pueblo's Molly Roar, the sophomore out of Greenwood Village, Colorado, went to Cherry Creek High School. Well, she's taking on her sister, Megan Roar, here tonight, her older sister, who's the junior. Of course, obviously, out of Greenwood Village and Cherry Creek High School. So last year it was advantage Megan, advantage experience. This year we'll see if Molly steps up her game a little bit, and I think last year she's a little nervous in that game, played that way as a freshman against her big sister, all her family in attendance. Of course, her family's all in attendance. They sit right below me here. They've got the Team Roar shirts on. They call it the Thunder Rockers. They got Csu-Pueblo's number, Molly Roar, on one side, and of course that's number 42, and then they have 33 Megan Roars on the other side. So they split allegiances here tonight. They just cheer for everything good that a Roar does in the ball game and hope it turns out well. They probably hope it goes into triple overtime and one of them hits the winning shot, then they'll all be happy. Well, we'll see what goes on here tonight in this ballgame. Come back after this timeout. We'll talk to the head coach, Jim Turgeon. That all comes your way next. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Pregame show, and joining me now, head coach Jim Turgeon. And Jim, back out on the road. Seems like being at home for quite a while. It's strange being out here again.
Yeah, I think it's been a month exactly. So sometimes I like playing on the road because it's kind of our teams together and we're more focused on the task at hand. So, but ask me after the game if I like being on the road.
Yeah, well, it started out as an adventure yesterday. It didn't turn out to be too bad. It was easy, considering this trip way it could be. It's pretty easy.
No, it really, all the reports were so bad. I thought maybe we should leave even earlier, and we did. But we had a good bus driver, and the roads were good. And then we stopped at Mount Rushmore, and it was freezing. It was 2 degrees when we were there, but it was a good experience for the kids. Got out and took pictures, and it was a good trip up.
And watched your workout last night. I thought it went pretty good. Seemed like the team was pretty focused.
Yeah, we've had a good week of practice. We had, I think Tuesday was not so good, but the rest of the week was good. I think we're really focused, and I'd be surprised if we don't play well.
Now, one thing that'll make you focus is Black Hill State came at you pretty good last week, and here the South Dakota Mines team, they beat you last year, probably cost you the conference title in the regular season.
Yeah, they did. We talked about it only takes one bad game to lose a conference championship, and I think that's a goal of our team. And and I think they're even South Dakota Mines. I think they're even better this year. I think they're tough to play against. They're well coached, and we'll have to play well to win.
One of the things going around the edges is, of course, the battle between the Roar sisters. I thought last year Molly too much tension in that ball game. Probably didn't play as well as she could have. Thinking about that, remains to be seen what happens this year, but I think she learned a lesson.
I think so, too. She shot 6 threes in that game. It was 0 for 6. She didn't shoot a one three in high school, so, she can shoot that, but she played out of character, and, it's understandable playing against her big sister, the big family, and everybody in the crowd watching them, and I think she learned a lesson. I think she's bigger and better and stronger player. I think she'll play well today.
You talk about the South Dakota Mines Ball Club. Their record, maybe not that great, but they're starting to come on a little bit. They came back with a couple wins on the road last week. That's always got to scare you when you're the coach.
Yeah, they played very well. Like I said a little bit earlier, I think they're better. They beat us last year, and I think they're better than last year. They lost one of their shooters that semester to eligibility, and I think they've actually been playing better without her. I don't know, sometimes when there's adversity, the team grows closer together, and that's what seems like it's happened to their team.
Well, they seem to be pretty good defensively, and that's one area you got to be worried about.
Yeah, I think we scored 51 points against them last year. They're just very solid. They give you the three-point shot, and that's why we shot 27 of them last year. We just didn't make enough of them, but we have got to still play inside out. That's the way we play, but when we kick it back out, we got to hit some of those today, and that'll loosen up that defense a little bit, I hope.
I want to talk about a couple players in last week's ball game. You've been talking about trying to get your bench a little bit longer, and I thought really Katie Jones came into that ball game and really kind of found her niche. Maybe in that ball game, you just hope it continues.
Yeah, she's been on the verge. I mean, she's been playing some minutes, but she's been on the verge of getting in the regular rotation, and we need one more person. And I hope it's her. We'll see how she plays this weekend. She just plays so hard. She's physical. She's smart. She does a little bit of everything for us. So I hope it's her.
And also off the bench, Jasmine Johnson. What can you say about her? It seems like she doesn't have a memory about anything. She might have a bad play or two, a bad quarter, bad half, but the next play is always going to be a good play, it seems like, with her.
She's a typical shooter. They just don't get worried too much. But, the truth is about Jasmine, even though she was originally a walk-on and didn't make our team twice, she could probably start for most of the teams in our league. But she's perfectly happy with her role coming off the bench. And think that her and Angie Moore both could play, start for a lot of teams, and they both give us an offensive punch, particularly off the bench.
And the other player, of course, everybody raving about, we talk about it a lot, and I think this is where it comes down to being really important on the road, is Katie Cunningham is a difference maker for you out on the point.
Yeah, she really is. She controls the game. Now that she's kind of settled into the role, our turnovers are going down because she handles the ball so much. We just wanted to look at the basket a little bit more. We don't want teams to figure out that she doesn't shoot very much, but she does so much for our team even when she doesn't shoot. But if she'd be a little bit more aggressive offensively, that's going to make us that much better.
All right, good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Thunderbolts head coach Jim Turgeon back with the starting lineup. Still opening tip-off. It all comes your way next. Thunderbolts basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Rapid City, South Dakota. Jim Brooks with the call for you here tonight. Caitlin Norton, our producer and engineer, and a little message to Caitlin. They're starting early on us here. It's only 26 after. They're getting ready to start this ball game, so we're going to have to make up that extra little stop set. We'll get you a bonus break during the first half to make up for that one, so just put that in your position notes there. Starting lineups for tonight's ball game. First of the Thunderbolts, they'll go with Katie Cunningham, 6-foot junior out of Aurora's Grandview High School. Averaging 5.5 points, 9.5 rebounds a game, leads the conference in that category. Also leads the team in assists, averaging 4.6 per ball game. Taylor Long, 5'8" junior out of Moreno Valley, California, 7 points, 2 rebounds a game. Tule Sue Anderson, the leading scorer for the Thunderbolts, 5'9" junior out of Vancouver, Washington, 18 points, 2.5 rebounds a game. Lauren Hines, 6'1" sophomore out of Loomis, California, 8 points, 6.5 rebounds a game. And Molly Rowe, the 6'3" sophomore out of Greenwood Village with the Cherry Creek High School. She's averaging 14.5 points, 6.5 rebounds a game. Jim Turgeon, the head coach, in his second year. For South Dakota Mines, they'll go this way. It'll be Sammy Stefik. She's a 5'10" forward out of Fort Collins, Colorado. 7 points, 2 rebounds a game. Taylor Molstad, 5'10" sophomore out of Rapid City. Hometown girl, 7.5 points, 4 rebounds a game. Krista Showalter, she's a 5'8" junior out of Arlington, Washington. 5 points, 2.5 rebounds a game. Megan Rohr, the 6'1" junior out of Greenwood Village with the Cherry Creek High School as well. 9 points, 6 rebounds a game. And Marissa Herkert, she is a 6'2" sophomore out of Rapid City. 7.5 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. Head coach is Ryan Larson. We'll set the officials a little bit later here, hoping my live stats. The wireless internet here is painfully slow, so I don't have my live stats up yet. We'll see if they can cure that. So if not, we'll just go by the basics here tonight. Give you the score. And who's leading? How's that sound? Jumping center, it's the Roar sisters. Megan against Molly, and Molly controls the tap to Hine and gives it off to Cunningham, and she'll work it across the timeline. Over to Anderson on the right wing. We sit up in the back row of the bleachers here, across the way from the benches, onto the right side. Hines open, fakes the three, goes down low to Roar in the paint, kicks it outside to Tule-Su. She's open for three. Off the front iron, won't go, and the rebound inside belongs to Herker. And she gets the outlet pass in. They fire it down court into the lane. It's Megan Roar, fakes, goes on her sister, loses it, now regains the ball, comes back outside. Here's Herker down the lane, kicks it off outside, driving in Stefik. Now they work the ball around the perimeter to Molstad. Molstad picked up there by Anderson. Now they come out top to Stefik. 10 on the shot clock here. Thunderbolts in the man defense. Stefik way outside. 7 on the shot clock. Looks for a screen. They switch on her. She backs out of there. 3 on the shot clock. Ball's loose way out front. 1 on the shot clock. They don't get a shot off. A shot clock violation on the first possession of the game for the Hard Rockers. Hey, our live stats just came on. How's that? Maybe that's because I clicked it 5 minutes ago and it just loaded. Here is Cunningham bringing it across the timeline. I think she's key on this road trip here this weekend. Need some more points out of her. Here's Hine, top of the key. They back off her. They give her the three. She won't take it. They go to Long. Long now gives it to Cunningham. Right side to Anderson. Down low. Backing her way in as Hine goes up with the right hand. Missed it. Ball might have been partially blocked that time by Megan Roar. She got the rebound. Outlet pass to Showalter. She brings it across the timeline. No score. A little over a minute into the ball game here tonight in Rapid City. Ball on the left side. Holding it there. Now Stefik works around a screen. Hands the ball outside to Herkert. Herkert looks back toward to Molstad. Can't find her. Goes over onto the right wing. Now Showalter backs her way into the paint. Goes up with a two-hander. Missed it. Rebound to Roar. And she missed the banker. And the rebound to Cunningham. And she'll dribble it out of there herself. Brings it across the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing. Right in front of the Hard Rocker bench. Now to Hine, left side to Anderson. Anderson dribbles to the free throw line, trying to penetrate into the zone. Goes up, a little scoop shot up and in. Tule-Su Anderson gets the Thunderbolts on the board first. They lead it 2-0. 8:08 to go here in the first quarter. Here's Showalter, drives to the free throw line, cut off. They swing it over onto the right wing to Molstad. Molstad a couple dribbles, now goes down on the block, wide open Herker, but she lost it out of bounds. She was in, but looked to the basket before she secured the basketball. Much like the football wide receiver does, looking for yardage. Here's Cunningham in the backcourt, facing full court pressure by Stefik, but she breaks it pretty easily. Now across the timeline, keeps the dribble alive, hands it off to Long. Long on the right wing, looks for a screen. Now dribbles around that screen to the top of the key, goes right side. Hine wide open, three ball on the way. Off the back iron, no good. Long rebound, and Roar went over the back, trying to get the ball away from Showalter. And that's one of those cheap fouls you hate to see for Molly Roar to pick up. It was a foul. Don't mean by that way it wasn't cheap. It's just you don't want her picking up fouls that way in a ball game. Now she's on the verge of picking up a real one and being out for the first half. Here's Showalter. Starts the drive to the top of the key, hands the ball off to Molstad. 2-0, Thunderbolts on top, left side. Here's Megan Roar with it. She's picked up by Hine on the defensive set, up top to Molstad. They work the weave game out on the perimeter. Thunderbolts probing, trying to get a steal. They go to Herkert onto the right side to Showalter. Down low, nice little give and go play, and the layup's good by Herkert. Ties the game up at 2 apiece. Cunningham brings it across the timeline for the pack, now gets it to Hine. Hine goes underneath. Roar was open, but the pass was too tall, and it goes out of bounds. Well, the turnover gives it over to South Dakota Mines. Thunderbolts averaging 16 turnovers a game, but in conference play, they've narrowed that down to 13 a game. So they've gotten better as the season's gone along. Ball outside. Here's Showalter. Starts a drive, kicks it into the corner to Molstad. Now up top to Herkert. Work the ball around the perimeter, right side to Showalter. Showalter comes up top to Herkert. Now they go down low to Roar. Ball's batted away, goes off the feet of Roar out of bounds. It belongs to the Thunderbolts. Good play there. Reaching in was Long, and she deflected the ball, and then it went right off of Megan's foot out of bounds. Full court pressure here. They get the ball into Cunningham. Now they just need to clear out and let her break it herself. She's picked up in the backcourt into the ballgame. Heather Rogers for the Hard Rockers. Right side to Tule-Su. Anderson lobs it. Wide open, Hine, layup good. 4-2. Thunderbolts on top. Good cut to the basket that time by Lauren Hine. On the wing, Csu goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Molstead drives the base and lost the ball, regains it, now kicks it outside. 3 ball on the way. Herkert has all 5 for the Hard Rockers. They have their first lead of the night. They lead at 5-4. Here's another little give-and-go play by Csu. Lost it, regains it. Goes cross-court to Cunningham. Cunningham comes up to Csu, fakes the 3, drives into the paint, gives it off to Rohr. Lost it, regains it, goes up in the paint. Shot block goes out of bounds. Long to inbound the ball. Tried to get it to Rohr, but goes way outside to Csu instead. Now down low to Rohr. She's in the paint, double team. Kicks it outside to Cunningham. Down to the baseline to Hines. She drives in, up and under. Missed the layup, though, and the rebound to Herkert. It's the outlet pass ahead to Showalter. Mines with the 5-4 lead here. Here's a drive to the paint by Showalter. Kicks it outside. Herkert again for 3. This time it's an air ball. Ball saved. No. Stepping on the baseline was Molstead, so it goes over to the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves go to the bench now. It'll be Jasmine Johnson coming into the game along with Maddie Beagley. Csu and Hine will come out. Inbounds pass comes to Katie Cunningham. This time they back off her and just let her bring it across the timeline on her own. Still with the bounce outside, gets the Rohr at the free throw line, turns, faces, goes to Cunningham. She'll drive to the baseline, cut off, it keeps the dribble alive. Now in the lane, in trouble, gets rid of it, gets it outside to Long. Long with the dribble, now goes down low to Rohr. They immediately double team her each time she touches it. They get to Jasmine Johnson. She's going to launch a 3 ball. In and out, no good. Beagley with the rebound and comes out of there with it. Goes outside to Long. They'll start over again. Johnson down low to Rohr. Rohr avoids the double team this time with a left-hand layup. Good. That time, the double team is always coming to her defensive, I guess you'd say the right side if she wanted to go to the basket. That time she immediately turned and hit with the left hand. Here's the long 3 on the way. It's an air ball again. Long with a rebound outside off the miss by Rohr. Outside Johnson holds it, almost walked with it, kept the pivot foot alive. Now to Beagley, gives it to Long. Long starts a drive into the paint, kicks it outside to Jasmine. Jasmine to the free throw line, goes up and under, and the shot blocked, but they call the foul. That's the ultimate bailout call if you're a Hard Rocker fan that time, because Johnson was kind of out of control. But Jasmine will do that, and she drew the personal foul. Timeout on the court. Our first media timeout of the game. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 6-5. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Rapid City. Thunderwolves lead at 6-5 here in the early going. Our live stats trying to catch up.
Shooting 2 for Csu-Pueblo, number 4, Jasmine Johnson.
Thunderwolves shooting it at 50% in the early, or 40%. No, now it's just updated. 50%. Hard Rockers also at 50%. Jasmine from the free throw line hits the first free throw. I see Joe Servy's send me a text here. He's listening. Joe, I'm sitting in the back row across the way from the benches. So Jasmine shooting to my, right in front of me, actually. But going to the basket to my left is the way I'm looking at. She hits the second free throw. Got me a little makeshift card table up here. I'm here with another member of the media from South Dakota Mines from their newspaper. The other radio guys to my right where the cameras are set up. 8-5, Thunderwolves on top. Ball comes out top. Goes right side. Here's a long jumper on the way for 3. It's off the back iron, no good. The ball shot missed that time by Rogers. Thunderwolves get the rebound, but they throw it away as Jasmine Johnson had the ball deflected and stolen. Coming back with it is Haugen. Goes to the baseline. Now they come out on the wing to Megan Rohr. Give it off. This is Rogers onto the right side. Stefik with it. They work the ball around the perimeter. Left side to Molstad. Molstad goes to the free throw line to Rohr. She starts a drive into the corner. Here's a jumper on the way for 3. It's good. The bucket hit by Heather Rogers. That ties the game up at 8 apiece. Cunningham with it. Goes left side to Beagley. They back off here. Dare her to shoot the 3. She won't do it. Johnson. Now left side to Beagley. Beagley holds it. Gets it to Csu. She fakes the 3. Drives to the free throw line. Down the lane. Little scoop shot blocked away by Rohr. And the rebound belongs to the Hard Rockers. Back the other way with it. Here's Rogers on the right wing. Goes down to the baseline to Rohr. And she'll shoot from about 10 feet. Hit it. They dared her to take it, and she nails her first bucket of the game. Hard Rockers on top, 10-8. Here's Cunningham, brings it across the timeline. onto the left wing, and then she is fouled out front. Hand check foul on Sammy Stefik. Second team foul against the Hard Rockers. Angie Moore going to check into the ball game, and Molly Rohr comes out for the first time tonight. So the Thunderwolves, 3/5 of their 5 players out there off the bench here. Is Johnson, Moore, and Beagley are in there. Cunningham and Csu stay in the game. Csu's already had a brief stint on the bench. Here's Cunningham on the left wing. She starts to drive to baseline. She's in, goes up with the right hand. Good on a foul. It'll count. That is exactly what Jim Turgeon wants more of from Katie Cunningham. She's a pass-first player, and those kind of players are very valuable on your ball club, but when you have the talent that she has, you need to shoot the ball more often. Look for your offense. But it's a fine line. You just don't want to keep looking for it all the time, then it takes away from the other parts of your game. But that time they cleared it out for her, and she's good on that move on the wing, going right to the hoop. Think about it, she's a point guard, but she's big and strong. Free throw up and good. There came a time where they needed somebody to play down on the block. Say if Hine or Rohr got injured, she's somebody that could probably play down there and not miss a beat. We're all tied up. Ball knocked away, and Csu gets the steal. She's going to have 2 players to beat. In from the right. She was hit. No call. Layup good. Know your geography. 13-11. Thunderwolves on top. 13-10, beg your pardon. I'm going off on the score. 13-10. Thunderwolves on top here. Ball out top. Here's Herkert onto the left side to Molstad. And there's a foul away from the ball. Might be Beagley, maybe? Remember, I'm sitting up top here away from the scores table, and they signal the foul away from me, but it is on Maddie Beagley. That'll be her first. Second team foul on the Thunderwolves. So Mines will inbound the ball underneath the hoop. A little bit of trouble here. Close to a 5-second count, but they get it in time to Herkert. She hands the ball offside to Stefik. Of course, a fresh 30 here on the shot clock with the foul call. Ball on the left side into the ball game. Courtney has it, lobs it underneath. Ball gets away, but they gave retrieve it. Now outside, driving in. Can't get the shot up. Ball knocked away. Chance for the steal. They don't get it. 3-pointer on the way. It is good. Stefik. That was a very fortunate possession. Thunderwolves ultra close to a steal. Instead, the ball came loose right to a 3-point shooter. We're tied up 13 apiece. Csu on the right wing. Starts to drive. Gives it off to Johnson. Down low in the lane to Moore. Kicks it outside to Anderson. Fakes a little jab step. Moves in. Skips across court to Cunningham. Fakes a drive of the baseline. Backs out of there. Gives it down low to Moore. Turns. Faces from 10. Got it. Angie Moore on the block. Didn't mess around. Flipped it in there with the right hand. 15-13. Thunderwolves by 2. Quickly back the other way come the Hard Rockers. They get it down low. Open shot up. Good. And the basket hit by McCabe. She was probably fouled on the play, but there was the old, if the layup goes in, they don't call a foul. Here's Moore on the block, and she hits quickly back the other way. So Angie with a quick 4. Thunderwolves back on top, 17-15. Back the other way come the Hard Rockers. They skip it cross court. Open to Stefik. Launches the 3 ball. In and out, no good. Beagley with a rebound on the baseline. Hands it off to Cunningham. We're down to 1:10 to go here. Fast-paced first quarter. Jasmine Johnson for 3 on the wing. Off the back iron. Beagley with a rebound in the corner. Holds it. Skips it outside to Moore. Moore launched the 3-pointer. In and out, no good. And the rebound to Herkert. Hands it off. Long down court pass. In from the right. Faking going up. Layup good by McCabe. Got a lot of instant offense in this game. 17-17 our score. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Anderson, she's going to drive the baseline, goes up with a scoop, missed it off the other side, and coming out of there with it is Stefik. Stefik brings it across the timeline, dribbles to the free throw line, kicks it off right side. Here's a ball launched inside, good pass, shot up, good. McCabe come off the bench with 6 points, and now the Hard Rockers lead it 19-17. Surgeon not very happy here. Shot clock is off. Thunderwolves go for the last shot of the quarter. Here's Jasmine Johnson with it just inside the timeline. They're going to run the shot or the clock down. Now she starts a move with 11 to go. Dribbles to the top of the key. Gives it outside. Cunningham's open for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Johnson had the rebound. Might have pushed off to get it. Goes up with a right-hand scoop. Missed it. And at 1 second to go, there is the buzzer to end a very entertaining first quarter of play. The home team with a good stretch. They outscore the Thunderwolves 6-2 down the last couple minutes of the quarter, and they take a 19-17 lead to the second quarter. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Rapid City. Jim Brooks with you here tonight. Caitlin Norton, our producer and engineer of Thunderwolves basketball. Thunderwolves trail it right now, 19-17. Led a couple of different occasions by 3 points in that first quarter, but each time South Dakota Mines reeled them in, and now they've gone past them to take the lead. Very entertaining first quarter indeed. Fans excited about things here so far. Thunderwolves now go with a little trap. They break it easily. Here's a jumper on the baseline. In and out, no good. Rebound batted outside. Jasmine Johnson has it. Brings it across the timeline. Now she angles out to the left wing, right down in front of us, up to Anderson. Anderson gives it off to Hine, who's back in the game. Now to Jasmine. Thought about the three. Wouldn't take it this time. Goes down low to Roar. Double team. Now to Johnson. She's open. Free ball on the way. Thunderwolves need to hit those. They missed it. Hine gets the rebound. On the block. Nice dish to Roar, and she banks it in. Roar with 4. Ties the game up at 19 apiece. Showalter on the right wing to Stefik. Stefik directing traffic here. Picked up by Jasmine Johnson into the corner. With the ball there is Courtney. She goes back outside to Showalter. They work the ball around the perimeter. Now onto the baseline of Courtney. She's open. Three-pointer on the way. In and out, no good. And Molly Roar lost the rebound. It was taken away by Herkert, who got over. At home, it might have been a foul, but on the road, that's not going to be a foul. And it's probably a good thing. It was a 50-50 ball, in my opinion. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Thunderwolves. I know one of our officials here tonight, John Hafley, affectionately known as Mr. Clean. With the ball on the left side, Anderson travels to the free throw line. Now outside to Roar. Thought about the three, won't take it. Now gives it off to Long. Long to Csu-Pueblo, left wing. They're looking for Roar. They got her on the block. Go outside. Cunningham's open. Three-pointer on the way. Off the back iron, no good. And the ball stolen away, but a foul is called on Csu-Pueblo Anderson, and she voices her displeasure briefly and then turns and runs the other way. Thunderwolves shooting it at 44% right now. South Dakota Mines 69% at this point. They're 9 of 13 from the field. Ball outside into the corner. Ball there, it's Rogers. Gives it up top to Showalter. Goes down on the block, turning, facing, jumper on the way, way short. Rebound to Cunningham. Off the miss by McCabe. Cunningham fires it ahead to Long. Long on the left side, dribbles to the top of the key. The free throw line, kills the dribble, goes down to Roar. They double team her, but she gets into the paint and has the ball knocked away and stolen. It's loose on the deck and taken away by Stefik. Stefik on the left wing, 2-on-2 break. She pulls up from 15, left it short. Rebound to Csu-Pueblo on the block, and she'll get it out of there. Ahead to Long here, 2-on-3 break, no numbers. They go to Roar anyway, down on the block. Backs her way in, goes up with the left hand, fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line as she was hammered that time by Herkert. That'll send Molly Roar to the free throw line. Shoot a pair. First toss on the way. It's the front iron, but she gets the shooter's roll. Molly coming in tonight, 83% free throw shooter. Remember, there was times a year ago where she was under 50%. So she kind of turned it around late, got it up to around 60 by the end of the year. But this year, been up amongst the conference leaders. See if we put the whammy on her. Second toss, good. 6 points for Roar. She leads the way for the Pack in this game. And the Thunderwolves back out on top, 21-19. Ball on the left side, Stefik with it, being worked on by Cunningham. Gives it up top to Herkert. Onto the right side, they're trying to post up down low to Roar. They go cross court instead, wide open, three-pointer by Courtney. From downtown, back on top, go the Hard Rockers. They lead at 22-21. I better get busy here and give you your lead changes. Here's Hine for three. In and out, no good. Rebound batted out of bounds. Last touched by Molly Roar, so it'll belong to the Hard Rockers. Ball out on the wing. They go to the free throw line to Herkert. Herkert dribbles in, hands it off to Courtney. Being pursued there by Csu-Pueblo. Into the corner, quick fire three on the way off the back iron, no good. Molly Roar gets the rebound on the baseline for the Thunderwolves. Hands it off to Cunningham, and she wheels and gets it out of there. Across the timeline, fires it ahead to Long on the right side. Can't get the three off, though. Dribbles around a screen. Now to Cunningham on the left wing. To Roar. Roar thinks about the three, she'll take it. Shoots an air ball. You heard Jim Turgeon in the pregame show. Molly shot 6 3-pointers last year when they played South Dakota Mines. She hits on occasion there, but this year her next 3-pointer will be her first that she's hit. Ball lobbed down on the block to Herkert. Backs her way in on Rohr. Goes up. Nice left-hand shot up and in. What a beautiful move there by Herkert. She has 7. 24-21. That's the biggest lead of the night now for South Dakota Mines. Long up top to Csu-Pueblo. She'll start a drive. Nice crossover move into the corner. Hine fakes the 3. Drives the baseline. Cut off there. Goes outside to Rohr. Now to Cunningham. Cunningham holds it. Now goes to Rohr in the paint. Nice backdoor feed to Hine. Layup good. Hine with 4. When the double team comes, that's when Hine makes the cut. Molly found her. 24-23. Quickly back the other way. They got the ball down on the block. This is Megan Rohr backing her way in on Hine. Goes up. Right-hand hook shot. Missed it. Rebound on the weak side there by Long. She'll bring it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Down by 1. Ball to the baseline to Csu-Pueblo. She'll dribble out of the corner. Works around a screen. Now kills the dribble. Goes to Rohr in the paint. Goes up with the right hand. Missed the banker. And the rebound to her sister Megan. Outlet pass. Here's Stefik. Brings it across the timeline. On the fly to the free throw line. Down the lane she goes. Shot block foul on Cunningham. Cunningham got a lot of ball, but she came down so hard that I think you had to call it the follow-through after she got all ball. Kind of made contact with the shoulder there of Stefik. And John Hafley made the call, and Jim Turgeon not happy about it, but I think it was just the authority that Cunningham blocked the shot, which got her the ticket. But the free throw is no good by Stefik. She'll have one more. Stefik on the year, only a 65% free throw shooter. As a team, they shoot 68%. They've got a couple of weak links in their ball club from the foul line. Second toss up and good. So she gets 1 out of 2. 4 points in the game. She gets a ticket to the bench. It's 25-23. Hard Rockers on top. Thunderwolves with it on the wing. Cunningham starts to drive. A little jab step. Now dribbles around the screen. Pulls up. Little 15-footer on the way. Short. Won't go. And the rebound belongs to Haugen, who's into the ball game. She'll dribble it out of there herself. Gets it ahead to Showalter. Lobs it down to the baseline. Wide opens Courtney for 3. Got another one. Look, your second 3 of the game. It's 28-23. Hard Rockers with a 5-point lead here. Thunderwolves facing some adversity in this first half. Outside Long with it. Drives in to the free throw line, pulls up, little runner on the way, banks it in. I don't know if she meant to bank it in, but she does get the ball to bank in off the glass. Timeout taken on the court. 28-25. Hard Rockers with a 3-point lead. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. 28-25. Hard Rockers on top by 3. Difference in this ball game. Hard Rockers shooting threes. They're 4 for 7 from downtown. Thunderwolves are 0 for 7. And that was one of the things coming into the ball game. Jim Turgeon thought his ball club needs to shoot pretty good from 3 tonight because the Hard Rockers give you the 3. But so far, Thunderwolves had some open looks out there, but they haven't been able to connect yet. Hard Rockers with the ball with a 3-point lead. 4:50 to go here in the first half. Bringing the ball across the timeline at Showalter. On the right side to Courtney. Courtney starts to drive in. We've got a foul away from the ball, and it's going to be a push foul. Oh, my. I'm going to call that a hand check on Katie Cunningham. You talk about a cheap foul to pick up. That was one right there for Katie Cunningham. By the rules, yeah, hand check. I know all about it. But, man, you just hate to get a foul call like that with your point guard when nothing was happening on the play. Here's a drive to the baseline, spin move, going up and under, a little scoop shot, no good. Rebound to Hine on the baseline for the Thunderwolves, off the miss by Showalter. Firing it ahead, here's Long on the right wing, holds it, goes wide open, Rohr underneath with the bounce, goes up and missed the banker. Taps the ball to herself in the lane, gets out of there. They call jump ball, and on the alternating possession, it'll belong to the Thunderwolves. Showalter, or rather, Rohr hesitated after getting that ball the first time, and that's what led to her demise. And when she went up with it, it ended up being in traffic. Cunningham comes out. Now we'll see how the Thunderwolves operate here without her on the court. Johnson in. Lobs the ball way outside to Csu-Pueblo. Anderson goes left side to Long. Long holds it there, goes left side to Johnson. Johnson to Hine. Thought about the 3 now. Will cast off for 3. It's off the back iron, no good. pushing foul on the Thunderwolves. Who did they catch this time? Csu Anderson. That is her second. So 2 on Csu, 2 on Cunningham. This isn't in time over there for Jim Turgeon. What does he do? Showalter with the ball in the forecourt. Comes out top to Molstad. Down to the baseline to that is moving in with it, McCabe. Now on the wing, Molstad with it. Goes into the corner to Courtney. Fakes the three. Now bounces it down on the block. Double team situation. Johnson hits the field for the Thunderbolts. She's ahead of the field. She'll come in from the left. Foul on her way to the hoop. And here comes the whistle for the foul. And it's the old whistle by the referee. He doesn't blow it immediately. He sees the layups missed. And then he calls the foul. It was a foul all the way, but he waits to see what happens to the ball. What is it with you referees out there? Really? Has it got to be that way every time? Here's the free throw up by Johnson, in and out, no good. Megan Rohr back in the game now, and McCabe out for the Hard Rockers. One more for Jasmine Johnson, normally very reliable, 85% from the line. She hits 1 out of 2 on this trip, 3 for 4 for the game. It's 28-26. Hard Rockers lead it by 2. 3:40 to go here in the first half. Dribbling around the screen out top. Now they kick it right side, now down to Rohr. She spins into the paint. Can't get a shot off. She's double teamed. Passes off in the lane. It's loose and stolen away. Loose again. Picked up by Molly Rohr. Gets it off to Long. Long will bring it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. On the left wing. Starts the drive. Gives it off to Rohr. Right side to Johnson. Johnson moves in down the lane. Left-hand scoop. No good. Gets her own rebound. Missed the layup. Rebound to Rohr. Tied up. Alternating possession belongs to the Hard Rockers. Thunderwolves just not finishing in this ball game very well around the rim. Plus they're not hitting their threes. That's a bad combination. That's why they're trailing right now by 2. Here's Showalter. Into the corner. Molstad with it. She drives the baseline. She's in. Goes up. Ball stripped away by Jasmine, and the rebound goes right back to Molstad. Outside to Rohr. Goes right side to Courtney. Down into the corner. This is Showalter with it. Kicks it out top. Here's a drive to the hoop by Hagen. Won't take the shot. Now comes outside. Courtney for 3. Fakes it. Kept her foot on the ground. Here's a drive into the hoop lane by Haugen. Shot blocked and stolen away by Hine. Hands it off now to Long. Long across the timeline. Nothing easy in this ball game, it seems. Right side Johnson with it. She dribbles around a screen. Won't take the 3. Katie Jones into the ball game. She's on the wing with it for the Thunderbolts. Gets it outside to Rohr. Lobs it inside to Hine, and she was fouled immediately. No shot. And that'll be the 3rd foul on the Hard Rockers. It was the old undercut play. As soon as Hine went up for the ball, she was being shoved down low. Somehow caught the ball still. Thunderbolts ball on the baseline. Jones to inbound it. Trouble. Now goes way outside to Johnson. Jasmine comes left side to Long. Long holds it, goes to the baseline to Hine. Now outside, Jones fakes the 3, drives to the free line, spins into the paint, outside to Hine. She lost it and loses it on the sideline. It goes out of bounds. Eagley going to check in for the Thunderwolves now, and I think Hine going to get a ticket to the bench there after that no-brainer play. Thunderwolves at 35% for the game. Hard Rockers right now at 55%. Ball on the right side. Working around the screen. Here's Molstad into the corner. Now they get it down low to Rohr on the block. Skips it outside. Open 3 on the way by Courtney. Missed it this time. And the rebound to the baseline to Long. Long wants to run. It's a 3-on-3 break. They get it to Jones. Jones on the wing is cut off, and they get the numbers back. Skip it outside to Long. Long drives to the free throw line. Outside to Jones. Jones, she drives the baseline. Goes up with a running right-hander. Good. Nice move there by Katie Jones. That ties the game up at 28 apiece. 8th time the game has been tied. Tonight we've had 7 lead changes. Ball left side. Into the corner. McKay with it. Now on top. Moving in. Haugen can't get the shot off. Gives it off to Courtney. Courtney down low to Rohr. Nice quick move to the hoop. Shot block foul on Molly Rohr. The old sister act there as one sister fouls the other. Second foul on Molly Rohr. So the Thunder was in a bit of trouble here. Cunningham, Anderson, and Rohr, all starters with 2 personal fouls. It'll be Megan Rohr to the free throw line. 69% on the year. She's 20 out of 29. First toss up, and it's good. 4 in. Molly Roar will come out. Probably for the remainder of the first half, you'd have to think. Kind of a key final minute 30 here for the Thunderwolves to remain contest. Second free throw way off the mark. Lane violation. As Megan Roar knew she had missed that, and she raced into the lane to try to track it down. That's not illegal. You got to wait for the ball to hit the rim. Everybody else can move on the release, but the shooter has to wait till the ball hits the rim. 29-28. Thunderwolves down by 1. Can get the lead here with a deuce. Jones, a little crossover move to the right wing, cut off there. Now gives it off to Beagley, up top to Johnson. Johnson back right side to Beagley. Now to Jones. Jones lobs it into Moore, turns, comes outside to Jasmine. Starts a drive, down the lane, kicks it off to Beagley in the corner. Can't get the shot off, goes down low to Moore. Turns face. Oh, nice dish to Johnson. Missed the layup and can't get the rebound as it's taken away by Roar. Back the other way in a hurry, onto the right side. Stevic pulls up 10-footer on the baseline. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound loose. Jones has it. And has to rip it free. Gets the outlet pass to Long. Long across the timeline. Pushing the pace on the right wing. Now has to back out of there. Little crossover move. Moves in down the lane. Kicks it off to Jones. In from the left. Goes up with the left. Missed it badly. Ball knocked away out of bounds by Angie Moore. Thunderwolves a little hesitant to go up with normal shots in the paint. Seems like they're altering their shots, and by doing so, they've had some ugly-looking layup attempts here in this game. But South Dakota Mines, they're a long and lean inside. They make it tough for you. Bringing it across the timeline is Showalter. Got about a 5-second differential here on the shot and the game clock. The shot clock shows 18. They're going to run down as much as they can here. Showalter way out on the wing. Hard Rockers lead it by 1. Going around the screen. Illegal screen, or are they going to call the foul on Long? They're going to call the foul on Long, fighting through the screen. So that'll be 2 free throws upcoming for Showalter. Jim Turgeon beside himself on that call. Showalter only a 55% free throw shooter. She's one of the weak links I told you about, and she misses right on cue. She'll have 1 more. As a team, they shoot 68%. They average 12.5 makes a game. Thunderwolves 78%, 15 makes a game. So a little difference there. Second toss up and good. Pure with that one. First point of the game for Showalter. 30-28. Thunderwolves down by 2. Get tied here going into the locker room. 8 seconds to go. Long on the wing. Stops and pops from 15. Left it short. It won't go. And the rebound on the baseline to Megan Roar. Gets the outlet pass ahead. 1 second to go from half court. It'll count if it goes. It's off the mark. No good by Showalter. Halftime from Rapid City. And the home team has the lead. They lead it 30-28. Back with our halftime show right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Rapid City. Our halftime score. Thunderwolves trail it here 30-28 to the Hard Rockers. It's been back and forth all night long. We've had 7 lead changes in the ball game, and we've been tied on 8 occasions. Back with more. We have a Fox Sports update coming your way. We'll have the scoring total before we move to the second half. That all comes your way next. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Rapid City, South Dakota. We're on the campus of South Dakota Mines. Thunderwolves behind here at halftime, 20-18. So we go to our old chart, see how the Thunderwolves have done this year when they've been trailing at halftime. They are 3-0. Well, you know it was going to be a 0. It's just a matter of how many times they have trailed in the game. So they're down by 2 here. And at the end of the first quarter where we're at, they were down by 2, so their record when trailing after 1 was 4-0. So they're no stranger to being behind and having to come back in the ball game. Now, they've only been behind going into the fourth quarter on 2 occasions, well, 3 occasions this year. And they're 2-0 in both of those times. One of them, they overcame a pretty big deficit against Lubbock Christian. That was early on in the year. The numbers here at halftime. We'll recap the game the way it's gone. First of all, back and forth we went. in the first quarter. The game was tied on 6 occasions. We had 5 lead changes in the first quarter. Thunderwolves had a big lead on a couple occasions of 3 at 8-5 and again at 13-10. South Dakota Mines, their biggest lead in the first quarter was 2, but that's what they had at the end of the quarter. Thunderwolves came back, took the lead at 21-19, but then Black Hills State went on a little 9-2 run from there to go up 28-23, their biggest lead of the half. Thunderwolves then scored 5 straight to tie it at 28, then gave up a couple free throws down the stretch, and they trailed 30-28 here at the break. Scoring numbers: Herkert with 7. McCabe off the bench with 6. Courtney with 6. Stefik with 4. Rogers with 3. Showalter with 1. Molly Rohr as well had 3. They were 11 of 25 from the field, so they cooled off as the half went along. Remember, they were shooting in the high 60s for a while. They're down to 44%, but 5 of 10 shooting threes. That's 50%. 3 of 6 from the free throw line, 50%. Thunderwolves in the first half, as their leading scorer was Molly Rohr, who had 8 points. After that, Hine with 4, Moore with 4, Cunningham and Johnson with 3. Tule Sue Anderson held to 2. Katie Jones came off the bench to get 2. Taylor Long with 2. 11 of 32 from the field, 34% for the Thunderwolves, but a glaring 0 for 8 from downtown. They were 6 of 7 from the free throw line. That percentage is 86%. 17-15 rebound advantage for the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves turned it over 3 times, and South Dakota Mines twice. Halftime here from South Dakota. Thunderwolves down by 2. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back. Thunderwolves trailing it 30-28 at the break. Thunderwolves do get the ball first to start the third quarter. They'll move it left to right as we look at it here. We sit on the back row of the bleachers across from the benches. Students not here tonight. They're still on break, so that kind of lessens the atmosphere a little bit here, but still kind of noisy. Baseline, Hines open 15-footer, shot an air ball. And the rebound on the baseline. Back the other way. Here come the Hard Rockers. Ball almost stolen away by Cunningham. They go down low. Rohr backs her in. Triple team. Wide open in the baseline. Jumper up and good. Basket hit by Molstad. First bucket of the game. 33-28. That matches the big lead of the game. Hine goes outside to Tule Sue to Cunningham. Fakes into the corner. Long's open. She'll launch a three-pointer. It's good. It's a good sign for the Thunderwolves. They finally get a 3-ball to drop. That answers the 3 from the other end. 33-31. 2-point lead for the Hard Rockers. Dribble around a screen. Holding the ball way outside. They get it off to Herkert. Herkert onto the wing to Molstad. Molstad yo-yoing it. Comes outside with it to Megan Rohr. Goes outside to Stefik. She taps the top of her head. That's the play call. 7 on the shot clock. Drives to the free throw line. Spins. Covered up there. Goes right side. Showalter backs her way in. Fakes and goes up a wild left-hander. No good. And the rebound to Hine. Here's Tule Sue across the timeline. Dribbles down the lane. Dishes off to Rohr. Comes outside to Hine. Down the lane. Right-hand layup. No. Missed it. Back the other way come the Hard Rockers. Holding the ball outside at Showalter. Moves it off up top to Rohr. Now down to the baseline. They go down on the block to Herkert. Launches it in the corner wide open. Molstad for 3 again. Swish again. Molstad with 6. Well, if this type of shooting keeps up for South Dakota Mines from 3, Thunderwolves are going to be hung with their first loss of the year. They got to tighten it up a little bit on the defensive end here. Here is Rohr at the free throw line. Goes outside. Cunningham fakes a 3. She'll drive in from the right. Cut off, and that's going to be a foul on the hand check. Foul on Stefik. That'll be her second. That call. They didn't put our officials on the chart here. I know that was John Hafley. Mr. Clean. I don't know who the other 2 are. There's Tule Sue right side to Long. Into the corner. Cunningham thought about the 3, wouldn't take it. Goes down low to Rohr. Double team. Gets it to Hine. Free throw line jumper on the way. Got it. You can see the way this defense is designed. They are not going to give anything easy to Molly Rohr. So when she passes it out to the wing, there's going to be somebody open. That person's got to hit. And that time Hine did. Ball right side. Here's Stefik. Work the ball around the perimeter. Onto the left wing to Molstead. She drives the baseline. Look out. Tule-Sioux almost picked up her third there. They worked it around. Here's Rohr for three. In and out, no good. Molly Rohr gets the rebound off her sister's miss. Gives it off to Katie Cunningham. Long down court feed to Tule-Sioux. In from the left goes up. Wild scoop shot, no good. Hine got the rebound. Missed the layup. And the rebound to Megan Rohr. Man, the Thunderbolts are missing a lot of easy opportunities around the cup. Here's the ball outside. Rohr with it. She'll start a drive. Had the ball stripped away. It's loose on the deck. She regains it. Goes outside. Work the ball around the perimeter. Herkard with it. Gives it up top to Stefik. Down onto the left side to Showalter. Showalter up top to Rohr. She'll start a drive. Hands the ball off. Stefik fakes the three and has the ball knocked away and stolen by Long. Here's Cunningham with it. Feeds it ahead of the pack is Long. Down the lane. Missed the layup again. And the rebound to Molstad. Back they come. 3-on-2 break. Pull up on the wing. That looked like a walk. No call. Rebound in the lane. Picked up by Molstad off her own miss. Ball out top. They give it off to Showalter. To Herkert. Now down into the corner to Molstad. Down onto the block. This is Rohr. Turns, faces, backs her way in. Spins with the left hand. Switch. Megan Rohr with 5. Timeout on the court. 5-point lead. That matches the biggest lead of the game for the Hard Rockers. 6:15 to go here in the third quarter. Timeout on the court. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Sometimes it appears there's that team that just has your number. And right now, that team would be South Dakota Mines facing the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves dropped a game at home to them last year. Now they're out here on the road, and South Dakota Mines playing like world beaters. They're playing like they're the team that's 13-0 here. Thunderwolves in a bit of a struggle, down by 5. Tule-Sioux goes down low to Hine, backs her way in, and then she's called for traveling. Urgent wants the foul called. Make no mistake about it, Lauren Hine had a little assistance there falling down. She's not that clumsy. Most athletes aren't. Here's the ball outside. Showalter with it. They just don't fall down on their own. Here's Herkert on the left wing. Holds it. But that's the logical thing to think. But who says the people in stripes use logic? Ball down to the baseline. Here is Rohr. Backing her way in. Now forced outside. 5 on the shot clock. Out top to Stefik. She'll force the three. It's good! She had to force it because the shot clock was about to expire, and she gets it to go. 8-point lead now for the Hard Rockers. Thunderwolves in big-time trouble here. Here's Anderson on the left wing. She starts a drive into the paint. Kicks it outside to Cunningham. Cunningham now to Rohr in the paint. Wheels goes up with the left hand. Missed the banker. And the rebound lost out of bounds as Megan Rohr got the rebound, but then she just fumbled it away off her knee out of bounds. Jasmine Johnson going to check in now. Somebody's got to come out of there for the Thunderwolves, and it's going to be Lauren Hine going to come out of. So the Thunderwolves going to go with a little bit of a small lineup here. Jim Turgeon looking for that spark. Taylor Long to inbound the ball. Lobs it way outside to Jasmine. Now to Anderson. Anderson holds it left side to Long. Long taught about the three, gives it off to Cunningham. Cunningham, little ball fake, moves in, gives it off to Long, up top to Jasmine Johnson. She'll jack up the three. It's short. And the rebound to Cunningham. Cunningham goes outside to Tule-Sioux, drives the baseline, cut off there. Ball knocked away, and it's loose on the deck, stolen away by the Hard Rockers. Here they come. Molstad, 1-on-3 break. Now she'll back out to the wing. Now goes down low the trailer. Rohr with it, backs her way in on Cunningham. Right hand, hook up and in. 43-33. Timeout. Thunderwolves. Hard Rockers on a big-time run here. They've scored 7 in a row. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Rapid City. Thunderwolves down by 10. They trailed Lubbock Christian earlier this year, the second game of the year, by 8 going into the fourth quarter. Now, I wasn't at that ball game, and I don't have the play-by-play sheet here on me. I'm not sure if the lead was any more than 8 in that third quarter. Thunderwolves came back, outscored them 25-13 in that fourth quarter, came away with a victory against the defending national champions. They're going to have that kind of effort here tonight as they trail it by 10. 43-38. 43-33, 4:38 to go here in the third quarter. Johnson on the left wing. Holds it, gets it to Csu. She starts a drive, spins into the paint, goes up, turn around, up and in. That's a start. Sue Anderson, only her third field goal of the game. She has 6. It's 43-35. Ball on the right side. Courtney with it. Now up top to Showalter. Lobs it down on the block, but coming back out of there with it is Molstad. Gives it to Rohr. Rohr picked up by her sister in the matchup. Give it off to Courtney. Courtney. Outside. Rohr's going to launch a 3-ball. Short. Rebound to Cunningham, and she just knocked to the deck Molstad, who dared try to challenge her for that rebound. Outside the long, she was open for the 3, wouldn't take it. Go to Cunningham, down low to Rohr. Backs her way into the paint, goes up with the right hand, missed the layup again. Thunderwolves struggling at the basket in this game. Here's Megan Rohr, drives in, kicks it outside to Courtney. Now to Rohr. They swing it around her perimeter. Molstad with it. Lobs it down on the block. Herker with it. Fakes again. Goes up. Right hand. Hook up and in. Herker with 9. Might mark down that spot right there. Thunderbolts miss a layup. They give up one on the other end. They're back down by 10. Could have had it down to 6. Outside, Csu fakes the 3. Drives into the paint. Goes up and under. Ball stripped away. Knocked away. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Hard Rockers. Csu trying to draw the foul there. Didn't bail her out that time. Thought it was pretty good. No call there. Here's Jasmine Johnson. Gets the ball into Csu. She's going to quick fire a 3. It's good. Csu Anderson from downtown. 45-38. She has the last 5 points in the game for the Thunderwolves. They still trail it by 7. Got to get some stops here. Ball onto the right wing. Courtney with it. Lobs it down on the block. This is Rohr. Nice little fake. Goes up on the left hand. Good, and a foul. It'll count. She just threw on her sister. Fake to the right hand. Came back in the lane with the left. Drew the foul. Flipped it in. Chance for the 3-point play. That was a gorgeous move. Third foul in the game on Molly Rohr. Hagen 69% from the line. 1 for 2 in the game. And hits this one. Double figures. He has 10. 48-38. So Thunderwolves again back down by 10. Csu drives it down the lane. Scoops it up. No, but she drew the foul this time. That'll be 2 free throws upcoming for Csu Anderson. It'll be on Courtney, her first.
2 shots for Csu Anderson.
So Csu to the line. 79% on the year. 34 of 43. Free throws up and good. Csu has the last 6 points in the game for the Thunderwolves. Almost like she senses the moment. Hey, I got to be the superstar and try to will us back into this game. Second free throw up and rims in and out. No good. So 1 out of 2 on this trip. Thunderwolves down by 9. Here comes Stefik bringing it across the timeline. This holds the ball, hands the ball out top to Courtney. Courtney down into the corner. Down onto the block, turning, facing Rohr, comes outside, they whip it around, Courtney fakes, drives to the baseline, cut off there, kills the dribble, lobs it into the paint, no one there, but it drops right into the hands of Rohr. She goes up with the right hand, hook off the back iron, no good, but the rebound belongs to Haugen, and she'll dribble it out of there. Gives it off to Stefik, they whip it left side to Courtney, fakes the 3, drives into the paint, right hand scoop up off the iron, no good. Cunningham lost the rebound, chases it down, then she's fouled in the corner. No call, they just say the ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Cunningham. I guess you can dive on a player when you're going for a loose ball here. Stefik to inbound the ball. Hands the ball off to Rohr. Down on the block. Backing her way in. Faking. They come outside. Open for the 3. Courtney jacks one up. Switch! Courtney 9. They can do no wrong. 51-39. Thunderwolves down by 12. Here's Rohr. Passes outside the long. She drives into the paint. Feeds it off to the baseline to Cunningham. Won't take the shot. Goes to Rohr. 10-footer on the baseline. Off the back iron. No good. Cunningham with a rebound. Bumped and knocked to the deck. Foul called on South Dakota Mines. Jones going to check in, and Taylor Long out of there. Katie Jones to inbound the ball on the baseline. Jones to trigger it in. Goes way outside to Rohr. She's open. She's going to launch a 3-ball. Off the iron, no good. Csu-Pueblo with a rebound, and she's undercut underneath the hoop. And then we got an injury here on the play for South Dakota Mines. Is Marissa Herker holding her knee. This does not look good. There's a hush over the crowd here, and she is on the deck in a lot of pain. She's had a pretty good ball game, Herker, tonight with 9 points. Foul was called underneath the hoop on Rogers, her first, the 4th team foul. Csu had the rebound, and she was undercut, but the foul came outside the lane, just inside the 3-point circle on the right. And Herkert ended up down in a heap, and she is still down there as they attend to her. So we'll take a timeout. We need to make up one break from earlier in the ball game. 51-39 our score. South Dakota Mines on top. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. It's not good for Herkert as they carry her off the court, literally. 2-player trainer, and had one leg in each arm, and they just carried her off. And the bad thing about it is she has her right leg with a wrap on it already with a brace, but it was her left knee. Oh, it just didn't look good. So we'll wish her the best. Hopefully it's just a sprain. Thunderwolves ball underneath the hoop here. Jasmine Johnson to trigger it in for the Pack. They trail it by 12. It's 51-39, Hard Rockers. Inbounds pass. Gets it into Csu in the corner. Steps back, fires the 3-pointer. Off the iron, no good. And the rebound on the baseline belongs to Humpall, who's into the ball game. All right side. Here's Heather Rogers with it. They work the ball around the perimeter out of Courtney. Courtney with it. Now up top. Cave with it. Back to Courtney. Lob it down on the block. Backing away in is Haugen. Nice pass. Baseline jumper up. Missed it, though. And a rebound to Cunningham. Gets the outlet pass. Jasmine Johnson gives it off to Cunningham. She races down the lane and now angles outside. Gives it off to Csu. Jab step. Won't take the 3. Goes to Rohr. Rohr double team. Backs her way in. Goes outside to Jones. Jones to the free throw line. Down the lane. Little scoop shot up and in. Nice. Good move there by Katie Jones. Physical to the hoop. 51-41. Thunderwolves by 10. Or down by 10. I'm so used to saying they're up by 10, but they're down in this game. Here's a drive in by McCabe. Gets it outside to Stefik. Out on the left side, driving the baseline, McCabe, and the ball knocked away. Kicking violation on the Thunderwolves, so that'll reset the shot clock from 11 back to 15. 31.9 to go here in the quarter. Angie Moore checks in. Molly Rohr out. It will be Courtney to trigger it in. Lobs it in on the baseline. Now they go outside, work the ball around the perimeter. Shot clock down to 11. Here's Courtney again for 3. She's been on fire tonight. She has 12. She only averages 5 points a game. She has 4 3-pointers in this one. Biggest lead of the night for South Dakota Mines. Here's Csu. Drives in the paint. Ball stripped away and stolen by the Hard Rockers. Back the other way they come. Angling outside. Here's Rogers with it. Starts a drive and went up, and she's called for traveling with 3.7 seconds to go. That'll give the Thunderwolves a chance here. They'll have to race the length of the court here. Probably see some full court. Yeah, here they come. Hard Rockers were all around half court. Now they come in. They're going to make the Thunderwolves try to earn it here. Jasmine Johnson to trigger it in. You got to get somebody with some momentum heading up the court. Here's Long. Dribbles to half court and then lost the ball as the buzzer sounds the end of the third quarter. It was a great quarter indeed for the Hard Rockers as they outscore the Thunderwolves 24-13. They lead at 54-41 as we head to the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. It's going to take a superhuman effort here in this fourth quarter for the Thunderwolves to stay undefeated. They're down by 13, 54-41. The Hard Rockers on top. Anderson, Long, Johnson, Moore, and Cunningham to start this fourth quarter for the Thunderwolves. starts on the defensive end. Ball outside. Here's Courtney. Puts it on the wing to Showalter. Now down outside to Molstad, right in front of the bench. They work the ball around the perimeter. They look inside. They're running that shot clock down. And the ball outside to Courtney. Courtney with 9 on the shot. Oh, nice nifty dribble, and then she is fouled by Csu Anderson, who had to pretty much shove her out of the way there on her drive to the hoop. That's the first team foul. And the foul on Csu is her 3rd. But now that gives them a fresh 30 on the shot clock to operate with. Inbounds pass. Outside to Haugen. Looks down low, has Rohr. Backs her way into the paint, goes up with the jump hook, and it doesn't go. The rebound to Cunningham. Hands it off to Long. Long now will bring it across the timeline. Thunderwolves have to play pretty much close to a perfect offensive quarter as well as playing great defense here. Here's Cunningham for 3. That's a start. 3-pointer good by Katie Cunningham. In the game has 6. Ball fed inside, backing her way in. Jump hook on the way, missed it. Rebound batted the baseline and is picked out by Cunningham. Long feed up at Csu ahead of the field. In from the right, layup good. Csu Anderson with 12. Here come the Thunderwolves. And they finally get a timeout call as they could not get the ball inbounded. Timeout on the court. Thunderwolves quickly, they're within 8. 8:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. It is a 30-second timeout. This time around on Fox Sports Pueblo. Thunderwolves with 5 in a row to start the quarter here. They're within 8. It's 54-46, and they forced the timeout on the inbounds pass. Taylor Long doing that single-handedly, just would not allow the ball to be inbounded, and South Dakota Mines very fortunate they didn't get a 5-second call against them. Got a little delay here, and now not sure what the problem is here. Maybe we haven't come out of a commercial break for their local stretch internet television feed. That's what it is. Now we're ready to go. Wish we'd have known. We'd have taken the extra 30. Here's Showalter, brings it across the timeline. Dribbles to the left wing, hands the ball off. Now they go way outside with it. Showalter starts to drive into the paint and gives it off to Rohr, and a whistle and a foul on the Thunderwolves. Jasmine Johnson can't believe it. She reached in and tied up Megan Rohr, but she gets called for the foul. Not in the act of shooting. That's the good news for the Thunderwolves. The foul on Jasmine is her 1st, team's 2nd. Inbounds pass to Rohr on the baseline. Thunderwolves picking up the defensive intensity a little bit here. Molstad on the left side to Courtney. She's picked up by Csu, probing for that steal. Goes behind the back with the dribble. Oh, man, dangerous pass there, but it's picked up. Now they come onto the left wing. Lob it down on the block to Rohr. Turns, faces, skips it into the corner. Wide open. Molstad won't take the 3. Drives baseline instead. Missed the banker. There's Rohr with the rebound. The ball knocked loose, stolen by the Thunderwolves. Csu has it. Csu brings it across the timeline. She's going to start her drive herself to the free throw line, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Molstad. Kind of a ticklish little foul, but the Thunderwolves will take it. They've been calling that foul tonight, though, the impeding progress to the basket. Here's Johnson, way outside, inbounds it to Angie Moore, backs her way into the paint, fakes, goes up with the left hand, hook up and in. Angie Moore has 6. Here come the Thunderwolves. 54-48 is our score. Thunderwolves within 6. All outside. Rohr with it. Giving it up top. Here's Courtney with it. Now onto the wing. Lob it down to Rohr on the baseline. Goes up strong and banks it in. What a powerful move by Megan Rohr. He has 12. That's the first bucket of the 4th quarter for South Dakota Mines, and did they need it? 56-48 our score. Thunderwolves down by 8. Got to keep the pressure on here. Csu with it. Lobs it down on the block to Cunningham. She's posting up, gives it outside. Moore's open. 15-footer on the way. Missed it off the back iron. Jasmine got the rebound. In the paint, goes up with the left hand. Missed it. Csu with the rebound, and she is fouled. That'll be team foul number 3 on South Dakota Mines. Thunderwolves again missing a couple of close-in opportunities, but they crashing the boards right now. Inbounds pass comes to Moore, now outside to Long. She starts to drive, gives it off to Jasmine. She's open for three. It's on the way. Swish! Jasmine Johnson from downtown, and she has 6. 56-51. Thunderwolves within 5. Quick three-pointer their way, but Courtney, she missed it. And the rebound to Long. Thunderwolves will gladly take that. Feet up ahead. Csu on the left wing. She starts to drive to the baseline. Goes underneath, right-hand scoop. Missed it. Oh, man. Point-blank opportunity, but she was a little bit out of control. Here's Molstead across the timeline. Hands it off to Showalter. Gives it off up top. Faking the three. Give it off to Courtney. Onto the left side to Molstead. Molstead gives it up top. They work the ball around the perimeter. Courtney, 3 seconds. It's got to be the call inside, and it finally is, as Molly McCabe was just camped out in there. Substitutions. Molly Rohr back in. Moore comes out. And I think Showalter, did Showalter come back in? Let's see. No, Showalter comes out of the game for Black Hill State. Here's Long with it across the timeline. 56-51. Thunderwolves within 5. Here's Anderson. Down low to Cunningham. Posting her up. Give it outside. Here's Jasmine for 3 again. Got another one. Jasmine Johnson. 56-54. Thunderwolves within 2. 5:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. Here's Stefik onto the left side. Down on the block, backing her way in. Hagen goes up, missed the banker. Rebound to the baseline, goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Hard Rockers. Thunderwolves basketball with a chance to tie it or even get the lead if they can hit a triple here on this trip. Inbounds pass to Long. Thunderwolves bring it across the timeline. Left side to Csu. Little jab step. Goes outside to Rohr. Rohr to the free throw line. Hands it off to Csu. Down the lane. Layup good. Csu Anderson ties the game up. 56-56. 5:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. All out top. McCabe with it. Onto the right side to Courtney. Nice dish underneath. Layup good by Molstead. He has 8. 58-56. Hard Rockers by 2. Long with it. As we approach the halfway point here of this fourth quarter right now. 5 minutes to go. Jasmine Johnson on the wing. Gives it up top to Rohr. Free throw line. Won't take the jumper. Backs her way into the paint. Goes outside to Long. She fakes. Drives the baseline. Cut off. Now dribbles out of there. Gives it outside to Csu. 7 on the shot clock. Csu step back 3. Short. Rebound to the baseline. Cunningham had it. And she was fouled. Foul will be on the Hard Rockers, and that's their 4th team foul. Foul is on McCabe. Long out. Jones in now for the Thunderwolves. Trail it by 2. 4:44 to go. Inbounds pass. Jasmine thought about the 3. Won't take it. Drives into the paint. Here's the running right-hander. Missed the banker. And the rebound to Rohr. Hands it off to Showalter. Fires it ahead. Right side. Stefik with it. Get the feeling the Thunderwolves need to stop right here to keep the pressure on. I want to give that confidence factor back to the Hard Rockers. Showalter drives into the paint. Ball knocked away from behind by Csu. It goes into the hands of Rohr. Fired ahead to Johnson. Johnson, long pass up ahead. Bad pass there, and it's stolen away. Back the other way comes Molstead. Molstead into the corner. Stefik fakes the 3. Goes outside to Rohr. Rohr holds it. Hands it off to Molstead. Right side to Stefik. Stefik back to Rohr. Holds it there. Comes outside to Showalter. 15 on the shot clock. Left side to Molstead. Molstead skips it in low. Here's Rohr. Backs her way in. Right hand hook off the back iron and goes through. Rohr with 14. The lead back to 4. 60-56. Thunderwolves need a hoop here. 3:45 to go. Csu for 3. Short. And now the Thunderwolves have run out of gas here. Sometimes the easy part is getting back in the game. The hard part's maintaining. And they've kind of stalled here. Here's Rohr. Drives to the free throw line. Jumper on the way. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound comes outside. It belongs to the Hard Rockers. Driving into the paint. McCabe pulls up. Missed it. Cunningham had the rebound, and she is decked and fouled. As it gets physical in the lane, and that's going to be over the limit for the Hard Rockers. That means Cunningham will come down to the other... Oh, okay, I thought for a minute they were saying stay here. There's no way in the world that foul could have been on Cunningham, but instead it is. That's the 5th team foul. 5th. 15 foul, wasn't it? Oh, well. Ball on the right side. Jones with it. Now to Cunningham. Left side to Jasmine Johnson. Fakes. Gives it up top to Jones. Jones holds it there. Goes down to Cunningham. Posting up. Backs her way into the paint. Goes up and under with the left hand hook up and in. Timeout taken by the Thunderwolves. 2:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves within 2. They trail it 60-58. Thunderwolves basketball. It's a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. 2:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves down by 2. They have come all the way back to tie it at 1 point here in this fourth quarter. They opened the quarter on a 15-2 run to tie it at 56 apiece, then gave up 2 straight baskets before getting that last basket by Cunningham to trail it by 2. Hard Rockers 10 3-pointers in the first 3 quarters. They've yet to connect here in this fourth quarter. Thunderwolves, on the other hand, have 3 3-pointers in this quarter, but only 5 for the game. Here's Steffen. Oh, a little give and go play down the lane. Kick it outside, wide open. Molstead for 3. Left it short. Cunningham with a rebound. Thunderwolves can get it tied. Maybe the lead here on this trip. Johnson across the timeline with 2:35 to go. Jasmine thought about jacking one up. Gives it off to Cunningham. She'll drive into the paint. Cut off. Goes to Jasmine on the wing. She drives into the paint. Goes up with a scoop shot. Up and in. Johnson with 11. We're tied. That's 60 apiece. 2:22 to go. Ball left side. Here's Molstead. Holds it. Comes outside. McCabe with it. Down on the block. Backing her way in. Left hand hook. Left it short. Jasmine had the rebound. Lost it. It's loose on the deck. They tie it up as Cunningham down to the floor. Tied it up with McCabe. Alternating possession belongs to the Thunderwolves. Now, the Pack can get the lead on this trip. Thunderwolves last led the ball game at 21-19 after scoring 4 in a row to start the second quarter. Here's Jasmine, brings it across the timeline. Picked up out there by Steffen. Now on the right side to Jones. Jones, one bounce, gives it off to Cunningham. Cunningham looking for Csu-Pueblo on the wing. She starts to drive to the free throw line, kicks it off to Jones. Oh, she had the 3-pointer, wouldn't take it. Goes down low to Cunningham, steps back, goes cross court. Csu-Pueblo fakes the 3, drives in, pulls a 15-footer up and in. Thunderwolves have the lead. Anderson with 16, 62-60. Pack on top. 1:38 to go. Back the other way come the Hard Rockers. Here's Showalter on the left wing to Molstead. Now outside into the corner, open for 3 for the lead. Short air ball. Rebound loose. Cunningham had it. Lost it. It's loose on the baseline. She saves it and then throws it off the defender. No, she stepped on the baseline. Before she could get rid of it, she kind of did a little spin. You could see her foot move and catch the baseline. But it was long enough to get a reset on the shot clock. So a fresh 30 here for the Hard Rockers. They trail it 62-60. Inbounds play. They get it in to Molstead on the wing. Holds it there. Holds it out. Bounces down on the block. Backing her way in. Can't get the shot off. Into the corner. Roars for 3. Short. No good. They get the rebound on the block. Surrounded is Molstead. Gets rid of it. And she throws it away. It'll be Thunderwolves ball. Molstead panicked a little bit as she was surrounded, through a low pass to Megan Rohr, went off her knee out of bounds. So Thunderwolves with 1:08 to go here in the fourth quarter, lead at 62-60. Jasmine Johnson on the inbounds here for the Pack. Gets it into Long. Long in the backcourt. Brings it across the timeline. Oh, man, how big will a hoop be on this trip? Right side, Johnson with it. Down low to Rohr. In the paint. Wheels, goes up left and blocked. Foul called, though. Oh, my, the fans can't believe it. And, frankly, I can't either, as they call the foul on her sister, Megan Rohr. Oh, my, I don't think so, but the Thunderwolves will take it. That was a momentum call all the way. Thunderwolves with all the momentum, they whistle the foul. Now we'll see about that old ball doesn't lie trick. Free throw up and good. Molly Rohr hits it. Maybe it was a foul. This for the 2-possession lead here with 55.2 to go in the fourth quarter. On the way, swish. Molly Rohr with 8. Stoppage in play here as the Thunderwolves make a substitution as they come in with a more physical Katie Jones to take over for Long. 4-point lead for the Thunderwolves. 55 seconds to go. Inbounds pass. Stefik finally picks it up, and she'll bring it across the timeline. Onto the right wing. Goes up top. Ball knocked knocked away, stolen by Cunningham. She has Jasmine Johnson down the lane. Layup, no, they don't call the foul. Ball loose on the baseline, and it's out of bounds. It'll belong to the Hard Rockers. I think Jasmine Johnson was sure she was going to get a foul call, but it looked like the defense just kind of got away from her, and the ball went up off the glass harmlessly. What a steal it was, though, by Katie Cunningham. 43 seconds to go. Thunderwolves still up by 4. Inbounds pass to Showalter. She's picked up by Csu-Pueblo in the backcourt. Thunderwolves have a couple fouls to give here. They can be very aggressive. Oh, nice little fake down the lane. Kick it into the corner. Open for 3. It's Roar. Short, no good. Rebound. Csu-Pueblo has it. Now the Thunderwolves can just play keep away here. So the shot clock is about a 1 second differential here. And now they foul Csu-Pueblo Anderson in the backcourt. And the foul will be on Anna Haugen. Csu Anderson to the line to shoot a pair. She has 16 in the game. Took over here in this second half. Free throw up and good. The Thunderwolves were in big-time trouble. We're going to get a timeout first. We'll talk more about it here when we come back. Timeout on the court. Thunderwolves by 5. It is a 1-minute timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Fox Sports Pueblo 1350. An iHeartRadio station. Online at foxsportspueblo.com and on your phone with your iHeartRadio app. KCCY Pueblo.
Welcome back. Rapid City, South Dakota. Thunderwolves are up by 5. 10 minutes ago, we thought this would be nearly impossible. They trailed by 13 at the end of the third quarter. Now we got another one of these little delays over on the sideline. They're trying to, maybe I don't know what they're trying to figure out. Jim Turgeon in the conversation. No timeouts left for South Dakota Mines. Thunderwolves have 1 timeout left. I think that's what they were straightening out over there is what it looked like. Csu-Pueblo Anderson. She hit the first before the timeout. She has 17 in the game. Free throws on the way. Got it. 18 points for Csu-Pueblo Anderson. 66-60. Thunderwolves by 6. One stop and it's over. Back the other way. Give the ball outside. It's out on the wing to Molstad. Thunderwolves don't want to surrender a 3. They go inside. Shot blocked by Molly Rohr, but they call the foul. They return the favor there as she fouls sister Megan. And Megan will go to the free throw line. That's foul number 4 on Molly Rohr. Wasn't going to give her anything easy that time. When she fouled her, she stayed fouled. Megan, 69% on the year. 2 for 3 from the stripe tonight. Free throw up and hits the front iron and gets the shooter's roll. That stops the run. The Thunderwolves had scored 10 in a row before that point. They were down 60-56. They ran off 10 in a row to lead at 66-60. Now it's 66-61. Now you don't want to give up a careless offensive rebound here should she miss the free throw. You almost wish she just made it. Free throws up. Looks short, but it gets in there. 4-point lead for the Thunderwolves. Full court pressure. Here's Cunningham in the backcourt. Gets rid of it to Csu-Pueblo. Ball stripped away and stolen. Shot in the lane. It's good. They've got a chance. It's 66-64. Inbounds pass to Jasmine Johnson. She's fouled with 6.7 seconds to go. Thunderwolves were careless there and gave up the easy hoop after the steal. Now Jasmine Johnson can pretty much ice it if she can hit a pair here. As we mentioned earlier, usually pretty reliable at the line. 85% on the year. She has missed one in this game, though. 3 of 4 from the stripe. First toss up. Off the back iron. No good. That leaves the door open. Now you want to make sure you hit this one to prevent a miracle win. You make this one, at least you know you have overtime in your back pocket. More for Jasmine Johnson, the senior out of Denver's George Washington High School. Free throw up, and it missed another one. Rebound, Roar in the backcourt. They got to go the length of the court with no timeouts. Feed ahead to Courtney. Courtney starts a drive. Fakes, forces the 3. No, at the buzzer, no foul called. And the South Dakota Mines fans and coaching staff irate. They did not bail her out. You could have called the foul there easily. Final score from Rapid City. The Thunderwolves survive it. They win it 66-64. Back with our post-game show right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. welcome back to Rapid City, South Dakota. Thunderwolves win the ball game, and I couldn't decide who to talk to. I left it up to the coaching staff. We'll see who Tara Moyers decides to bring out. I gave her a couple of ideas. Of course, the obvious one's Csu-Pueblo Anderson. You could always have her out. She does so many things, but I said, hey, you send out who you want to send out here, and we'll see who we'll get to talk to in our post-game interview. Of course, we'll talk to Jim Turgeon as well. The men's teams have made their way out on the court. They're warming up here. We're going to have a little bit of extra time here as the women's game ended a little bit earlier than normal, so we're still about 22 and a half minutes away from the tip-off of the men's game. Probably more like a half hour, as that's what's on the clock. You got the 5 minutes there, too. So a little bit of time to work with. We'll, of course, set up the men's game after a bit here as well. Thunderwolves win it 66-64. Back with more right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Rapid City, South Dakota. There she is, ladies and gentlemen, the star of the game, Csu-Pueblo Anderson. You know, I gave the coaching staff a chance. I thought we might get Jasmine out of it. Jasmine, you got to hit those 2 free throws to seal the deal. If you seal the deal there, we probably have you out here. But Csu-Pueblo Anderson finishes the ball game tonight. Look at your line on the game. 18. Well, they only give you 16. I thought they do with 18, but we'll double check that. But a couple of assists.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but let's talk about that fourth quarter first of all. You come into the actually it started with you. It seems like late in the third quarter, you almost sensed that you had to start getting a couple baskets. Get the team back in, get them rolling a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Coach said that we had to be aggressive, and being aggressive is what I'm good at. So I was like, okay, be aggressive, be super aggressive? Okay, I got this. And I know we've been talking all week about helping your teammates score. I know that if I be aggressive and attack the basket, it'll open up a lot on the outside of the perimeter and in the post, so I knew what I had to do to win the game.
Well, they started off, and they eventually got the lead going into the fourth. They got back up by 13. You think, man, we're going to play a perfect fourth quarter. But I think the key to the quarter is you guys got all of it caught up in a big hurry. That first 4 minutes was kind of frenetic out there. As you and Katie kind of took over.
Yeah, Coach said that this is our quarter right here. This is our game. Molly pulls me aside. She's like, T, this is our game. We cannot lose this game. And I'm like, Molly, I got you. That was my sister. I want to kill her. So I'm like, we are not losing this game. And we know that we're usually not very good in fourth quarters, and this is a really, really good game that we had to win, so we knew that we had to pull it out.
Well, and then late, of course, we talked about Jasmine Johnson hitting a couple of just dagger threes against them there to get you caught up, and then eventually they went back ahead again by 4, and I thought maybe you guys stalled and ran out of gas, it seemed like, at that point. Sometimes the easiest thing to do is get back into the game, then to get over that hump.
Yeah, definitely.
But you had to get over the hump twice, and once you got over it, it was clear sailing.
Yeah, Jazzie's been in the gym a lot lately, like over extra time since we don't really have anything to do. So I knew she would come in. She missed a couple layups, but that's all right. I knew that I can always count on her three-pointer because she's been in the gym a lot shooting, so I know that down the line she'll make those shots. Well,
this has definitely been your guys' biggest test, I guess, since Alaska Fairbanks took you to overtime in that game.
Yeah,
pulled that one out, and you guys showed your mettle. Even though you're undefeated, you've won a lot of games relatively easily, but it does good for you to win a close big game like this.
It feels this was a good game for us. We definitely really needed it. When we haven't really played teams and gotten this close, like in the fourth quarter, or been down by so much and then coming back. It happened against Alaska Fairbanks when they took us into overtime. So this is a really good game that we can take into the rest of the season.
I'll tell everybody that hello.
Hi, everybody. Happy late birthday, Keely. I love you, and I'll see you guys soon.
There she is, Csu-Pueblo Anderson. Stay with me when we go to break here. Thunderwolves basketball. We'll talk to Jim Turgeon right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Rapid City, South Dakota. Thunderwolves pull it out. They win the ball game 66-64. And joining me now, the head coach, Jim Turgeon. And Jim, that'll check your ticker.
Oh my gosh, we were horrible first 3 quarters, and then fourth quarter, the girls had to look in their eye, and we came back and got the win.
Well, I told the listeners at home, I thought, well, going into the fourth quarter, you're down 13. You more or less had to be perfect, I thought, on offense there for a long stretch of it. And then your defense, you had to shut them down.
Yep.
And they're going to be running. In the first minute of the quarter, kind of went their way. They got the extra possession. You thought, uphill slog.
Yep.
But I think you got those quick 5 points in a row kind of settled things down, and you just caught up to them in a big hurry. It only took 4 minutes.
What we did, we were playing so bad offensively. The whole game we were talking about offense. I said, forget that. Starting forward, let's get it one stop at a time. And we changed our defense a little bit and started with stops, and we got runouts. And we got that 5 points quick. And then then they kind of got going again, but we had to be almost perfect, and we almost were.
Well, they hit through 3 quarters. They'd hit 10 threes, and you only had 2. And so that was kind of something had to change in that fourth quarter for you. And you got 3 right away there, which I think was you can catch up in a hurry in college basketball now if you can hit some threes.
Yeah, they shot outstanding, but we didn't play very smart defense. We were trapping the post, and they were smart and throwing it out to the open shooters. Nor we do unnecessary gamble and leave a player open. The big thing we changed, we guarded the ball. Once you guard the ball, then we didn't have to help off. And then finally, Jasmine and T started hitting some threes, and I thought switching Katie to the 4, and she could pass out of the post a lot better than some of our other post players, and I thought that helped us too.
Well, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I'll pat myself on the back. I thought earlier, I kind of mentioned that she has that capability in the third quarter, and eventually you moved her down there. Maybe we're thinking on the same wavelength as the undefeated coach of the Thunderwolves. But she played 3 in college, right, or at junior college. Yeah, she's used to being down there on the floor.
She played 3 last year. For me, she played the 3 and the 4, and she played point guard in high school. She can play any position, but I felt they weren't really guarding our 4. And Lauren really struggled tonight. I think I got her too hyped because I said, hey, they're not going to guard you. Be ready to shoot the ball. And I finally smart enough to move Katie in there, and she hit a shot when they weren't guarding her. And then also they never adjusted. I don't know if you noticed that, but they always had a guard on Katie after that. Right. And we had a mismatch in there. And so when we threw it in, they had to trap, and Katie's a good passer, and we hit some shots.
Well, and then your heart had to be in your throat, though, even there at the end. You had a chance. Turned the ball over. Looked like a pretty good slap on Csu-Pueblo. They get the steal, but, they're the home team. They're going to get a little bit of home cooking there. They get the quick hoop, and then you miss a couple of free throws. And tell us about the last 5 seconds there, what you're thinking.
Well, it was really like the last 30 seconds we didn't handle very well. And we hadn't been in that position very much this year. Last year we were in that position a lot, and we did not handle it very good at all. I don't know if she got slapped or not, but she's too soft at the ball. She'll do better next time. And we wanted T to have the ball, or Jasmine to have the ball, or Taylor Long to have the ball because they're such good free throw shooters. And they got a steal. And then a girl I had wanted to have the ball missed 2 free throws. Jasmine, I told her after game share, missed 2 free throws again. I'm going to kill her. But we found a way to win. And
one of the keys also, they were out of timeouts. They couldn't really set up anything. They'd come down kind of desperation there.
Yeah, I really debated if Jasmine would have made a free throw, whether to call a timeout or not. I decided I wasn't going to call timeouts. They couldn't set anything up, but I never dreamed Jasmine missed both free throws. But hey, that's college basketball. That's how this game went, and we were able to pull it out.
Well, maybe you're living a charmed life.
I think I am.
14-0. There he is, head coach of the Thunderwolves. Back. We'll set up the men's game right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
We're a radio station for sports guys with a website for sports guys. FoxSportsPueblo.com.
And welcome back to Rapid City. Thunderwolves win the ball game, a thriller, 66-64. We got time for a quick women's wrap-up here before we go to Ralph Turner on the other side of the next break here. Thunderwolves winning, as we mentioned, 66-64. Officially, they have Tule Sue Anderson finishing with 16 points, Jasmine Johnson with 11, Molly Rohr with 10, Katie Cunningham with 8, Lauren Hine with 6, Katie Jones with 4, Taylor Long had 5 as well. Thunderwolves ended up shooting 44%. They were 25 of 64, 5 of 18 shooting threes. That's 50%. And they were 11 of 15 from the free throw line. For South Dakota Mines, they're led tonight by Megan Rohr, who ends up with 16 points. Cooper Courtney had 14. Come into the game averaging only 5. She was a big story in this game. Molstad with 8. Stefik with 7. Marissa Herkert, who ended the night late in the third quarter with what looked like a pretty serious injury. She had 9 points before that. Don't overlook how big a factor that was in that fourth quarter comeback for the Thunderwolves. They still may have made the comeback, but that helped with the way she was playing tonight. They ended up 24-58 from the field. That's 40%. 10 of 22 shooting threes. That's 42%. They were 6 of 9 from the free throw line. That is 67% is their totals. Thunderwolves out-rebounded tonight, 34-33. Katie Cunningham with 9, leading the way as usual for the Thunderwolves in that part. Molstad had 8. Thunderwolves with 13 assists, 5 of those to Katie Cunningham. 6 assists for Cooper Courtney to lead the way for South Dakota Mines. Thunderwolves with 2 block shots, 3 block shots for the Hard Rockers. 10 turnovers tonight for the Hard Rockers, only 9 for the Thunderwolves. I question that number. 6 steals for the Hard Rockers, only 5 for the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves win it 66-64. Their biggest lead of the night was 6 when they led it at 66-60. Biggest lead of the night for the Hard Rockers was when they led the ball game at the end of 3 quarters, 54-41. We were tied tonight on how many occasions? 9, 10 times, and we had, I've got to count them up here, folks. I wasn't that good keeping track. It was 7 lead changes, and of course 8 at the end. 8 lead changes on the night. The final one, the Thunderwolves kept it for good. Back with Ralph Turner right after this. Thunderwolves women win it 66-64 on Fox Sports Pueblo.